Elon Musk's XAI has officially launched its new model Grok3, which has impressed industry watchers by outperforming competitors in these blind tests. The model is said to be significantly more capable than its predecessor Grok2, now available for early access to X Premium Plus subscribers. In addition to Grok3, Musk has also introduced something called Deep Search, a next-generation search engine designed to streamline online information searches. This launch follows reports of XAI seeking $10 billion in new funding, almost boosting its valuation to $75 billion. Brad Gastworth, obviously Elon Musk wants in. This isn't long after OpenAI essentially said no to his bid to buy OpenAI. What does it say about Grok3 when the owner is trying to buy another company?
Yeah, it's a very valid point there, Aaron. I think XAI, they've been spending a tremendous amount of money on their product. I mean, Grok3 allegedly is supposed to be, one of the best now from these blind tests. At least that's what the reports are saying. I think, there's a few things that we have to pay attention to. One, the thought of AI-related search, and what does that mean for the market, right? What does that mean for Alphabet's Google, and will that have an impact? I don't see that actually being a concern right now. I think, given the fact it's with, X, the old Twitter, and you have to be a premium subscriber to have access to it, it's still somewhat of a limited user base. So, ultimately, I think these capabilities are good. I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, in terms of why would you even make a comment about buying OpenAI's ChatGPT and then say you have the best, AI product out there? I mean, it's a little bit,
Donald Trump could get away with it. I'm not sure if Elon Musk has been able to convince us of Grok. As you say, it's kind of hidden behind a paywall, which brings me to my next point. If we think about the search engine wars that began in the 90s, I remember a day where we're all using Yahoo and MSN to be able to do our searching, and then this thing called Google came about. Funny name we thought at the time with those little O's, and then all of a sudden it becomes the #1 thing. Then we're Googling everything, and then we're Gmailing everything, and then we're Sheetsing and docking everything, and it became the dominant player. Do you think that will happen in the world of AI, where one of them will become the thing we're talking about? Obviously, at the moment, it's ChatGPT, and OpenAI is trying a whole bunch of different things, but so are other companies too. It's somewhat of a space race. Do we know the winner yet?
Yeah, and the clear answer is we don't know right now. I think, certainly OpenAI's ChatGPT has done incredibly well, the fastest growing company, in terms of revenue, like in the planet. In terms of on the search side, I mean, those are all great points, Aaron. I mean, you look at right now, I think the other concern here, the other thought is, what about voice search with AI? And what does that do to the traditional, search for an alphabet? Because Amazon's Alexa, that's been taking some share just from verbal search. We're having that even integrated with, voice into AI. Google's Gemini is doing very good, but I mean, if you compare Gemini to OpenAI's ChatGPT, I think ChatGPT is still the leader in terms of AI and search. But ultimately, I think these are really important things to pay attention to. I think the Alphabet and Microsoft, they're going to spend enough that they're not going to get bulldozed over in terms of this next generation. But yeah, I mean, it's still a little bit remain to be seen who's going to be the winner of that race. And I mean, this is something that could have major market shifts down the road. So it's super.
Maybe it isn't Google and Yahoo. Maybe it's more IBM and Apple, right? Maybe that's what we're looking at here. And if you think about Microsoft, they did really well in the 1990s by getting onto government machines and essentially became the bedrock of business, despite Apple obviously being a great product and great for creatives. Do you think that given Elon Musk is heading up Doge, going through the government and saying for every 4 employees we get rid of, you can only bring in 1, and we need to rely on AI more in the federal government, is this his moment with XAI to insert that into the federal government the way that Bill Gates successfully did with Microsoft in the 90s?
I think that's what he wants to do. I don't know if he'll be successful trying to integrate XAI into the government. I think right now there's still a laggard in terms of their capabilities compared to an Alphabet or a Microsoft. And even with Microsoft, if you look at what's happened to them over the last 2 decades, they were just in the personal computer. They started having the win on the government side and enterprise. But then everybody thought during the phone age, when mobile phones came out, that they were just going to be dead. And then they continue to do well on the enterprise side, integrating, their Office suite, and now even with AI, they're doing an amazing job integrating Copilot. I think they're here to stay. I don't see them really being displaced. But yeah, I mean, I think Musk ultimately wants to get XAI and X into the government as much as he can. It certainly benefits him tremendously. I don't think it's likely, anytime in the near term. I mean, but that's certainly what his goal will be.
Brad, thanks as always.
Perfect. Thanks, Aaron.